Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Heading off from the station there is the train we were riding at the end of the last episode, our cab ride. And as it pulled into the station, I wanted a nice intro, but as it pulled into the station, we got the next part of our bonus task, which was our trams did deliver their people, our horse and cart trams, and now we have to switch them to the electric type. So we do get to take advantage of all the electrics we put up. That was fortunate, wasn't it? Yeah, transport passengers with no horses around. The gist of it is poop everywhere. Talking of poop, guano. It is bird fertilizer. No, that's not the way to say it. Anyway, it's fertilizer from bird and bat poop. Yes, and back to poop. We don't want any on our streets, especially near all of our fancy people. So that's a lovely start to the episode, isn't it? I hope no one's eating dinner. Anyhow, shall we get these swapped over? It's a fairly straightforward one, isn't it? And we know the vehicles we need as we saw them, but we were not allowed to place them. And that makes sense now, doesn't it? Absolutely. Right, replace all. We can get the San Diego electric trolley. There we go. No horses. Shouldn't take long for them to actually transport their passengers. And our wood is still doing its thing. We're going to set up today our other stuff. Supplying the hospital, and we're going to supply the hotel as well, because why not? I love that these appear later on in the game, like they weren't there to start with. Well, I don't know whether they were there as buildings, they just didn't have any requirement. We might extend this and have like a connecting line that just runs backwards and forwards and overshoots either end of the kind of circle. It's not really a circle. Well, it is a loop, isn't it? Yeah. And we'll send it up that way or something so we can cut through the loop. Now we could, of course, add stops either side of the road. There we go. We're having our people transported. 6 to 10. Shouldn't take too long. Any moment now. Maybe. Hopefully. They're quite busy. Or they're busying up at the very least. Considering this is just intra-city, isn't it? So it's just a local tram service. Whether we get to actually hook up a passenger rail service later on, I don't know. We could always do it regardless. Why not? The houses are going up, of course. We are supplying them wood, which is like a normal city requirement on this playthrough. Not in the game again. There we go.
Thanks to the miracle of electricity, now the streetcar can service all the important places. As if that weren't enough, with a pleasant fragrance too.
Yes. Why? What have we got those little trees hanging up in our trams? Are those little smelly trees? Oh dear, I remember those growing up. Do they still exist? Do people still have them? Yeah, air fresheners, weren't they, for cars? Anyhow, I feel that there's a lot of detail in this. I don't remember them being quite that detailed. Is this another model that's been upgraded? Because that looks rather good. Yeah, I like that. Transport Fever really is the game where you can sit there and just drift off watching all the stuff go by. People's day-to-day lives. Same with city skylines and the like. Right, we've got our wood. That's being delivered. And we either supply the hospital or the hotel, but why not supply both? We have to go for a huge horseshoe here, don't we? That's pleasant. And we've got our silver mine down there, which is the easiest one to set up. Given that, and how much money we've got, we'll set up this situation first, and we'll get our cacti or cactuses, both are equally acceptable, and get us a nice station on the bank here. Also, Topolobompo. Topolobampo even is a real place. I looked online for it. It's rather beautiful. And not a million miles away from where I live. What are you doing, Gran? Do you want to flatten the area and not think of vacations? Let's get you level with our distillery, I guess, is what that is. And get us sent across. We've greened it up a bit. Look at that. That's rather nice, isn't it? Probably a little excessive there on the flattening, but it works. Buildings. Let's get us a station in. 240 is what we're going with. 2 platforms. Yeah, 2 platforms will be fine. The beauty of these stations is they're modular, and so we can expand or shrink them or move them around whenever we feel like it. Okay, I'm going to go with a through station here as well. It does mean your train stops in the middle of the platform as opposed to right at the end. Let's have a quick look at the lay of the land. We're at 8.8 meters at that station, and we're at, look at that, 8.8 meters at that station. I guess we'll just slide in there. It slows down a little bit to 72. I don't think 72 is going to be a problem. None of our wagons or locos can get anywhere near 70. Yes, that's nice and cheap, isn't it? It's kind of lovely. Ooh, could we slide down the back side of our silver spoon factory here? That'd be kind of nice, wouldn't it? We could flatten it out and maybe paint it. A little excessive, perhaps, but why not? Why not get a little extravagant with our build here? Yeah, that gives us a nice footing, doesn't it? Around the rear of the silver spoon factory. Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? It'd be nice and flat as well. Cheap as chips. In fact, we can fit a double track should we need it later on. Right, and then we'll just slide this one all the way up to the station. Yeah, and maybe we'll flatten that out as well. And then we'll do a little bit of official episode. Give it a bit more of an embankment. Probably not that much, but well, you've done it now, Grant. It's fine. There we go. A little bit more. And then we'll... official episode, just gently. Just to bring that down, the hard edge, a little bit. More official episode round at the front. Maybe take some of that height out with the ballast, so we haven't stacked it as high. Well, there's that, and I'm not sure where we're going to build with this. I do kind of prefer it up a little bit. At the very least, we'll just sweep across it like that. Lovely. We've got another platform available for our silver spoon deliveries. We could truck it in, but since we're going to have pretty much a decent rail network around here anyway, it's not going to be too bad, is it? This will be a bit of a tight turn. It's an impressive structure, if not very realistic, but it's impressive, isn't it? I like that. But let's set up the rest of the infrastructure, and what we'll do is we'll get everything running all at once. Buildings. Yes, we will go 2 platforms here because perhaps this wood is going to come into play later on. We'll need 2 down here at the silver spoon factory. 1 to drop off the silver and 1 to deliver the spoons. So we're going to use the outside track rather than the inside track and do the same up here. That'll be lovely. We'll drift this one from the unused platform, link it up there so that we're double tracked, and then we can take that into the station. Beautiful. We could have them share tracks at some point then, can't we? We can turn this into a double track situation, and perhaps even the old alternative platforms is an option as well. There we go. Our logs, we're keeping on top of our logs. If we see that backing up, we'll check on the line rates. Okay, so we've got some lines to set up. First one, we're going to go from the cactus farm down to the distillery, and we're going to be taking cacti, so we'll go with the yellowy colour is what it is. Going to go with just a straight up cactus freight. It sounds like a company, doesn't it? Cactus freight. Right, we'll get you wait until full. I think I did put it on eternity. Yes, I did. And we'll get another one down here for our deliveries, and then we can add our trains to them. New line from our distillery to our city station. That'll be our alcohol freight. And what colour's alcohol? What are we going with? It's like an orangey colour, something like that, isn't it? There we go. Alcohol freight. Nice orange. Peachy colour, perhaps. Do we want to wait until full here? What is the actual production? It's 1 for 1. Then yes, I would like that wait until full. Wait for eternity. We could just have our depot down the end here. We'll send off our alcohol train first, but we'll need a crossover down here, wouldn't we? Why don't you just add a depot down here? Temporary one. And then you can head off that way. I mean, we need to play it a little bit more like it's a game when we're doing the campaign, don't we? Spin you round, right round. And we'll get the other one on there. And we'll need one on here as well. Well, I mean, we don't need them on there. We could have a central depot area. And we'll put another one over here somewhere. So we'll get you out like that. That's these two lines set. We now need to deliver some silver to our silver spoon factory. That's a lightish grey. I thought it was going to be a bluey hue. Silver freight. And yes, we'll get you wait until full as well. We'll pause it when we're going to get our trains out so they'll all activate at once. We need to set up the delivery points as well and make sure our trucks or our horse and carts don't trip over each other. Down to Topola Bampo. I keep wanting to say Bompo and I don't know why. There we go. Spoon freight, going to be the same colour ish. One of the greys anyway, the lighter greys. And did I put wait until full? Make sure you do. Spoon freight, managed line. You didn't. Topola Bampo Central, we need you to wait until full. Lovely. And now we need to add another line to our trucks here. I'm going to drop them off direct at the place of interest and maybe just have them spin round in the street if necessary. So buildings, we'll just get us a little truck stop. Yeah, right out front. And we'll do the same down here if we can get away with it. And did I plan this perfectly? Sort of. Our horse and carts head that way back. So if we do this on the other side, we can maybe scoot round the other way. Yeah, because they come down this street, don't they? We'll go round that way. So we'll set up the silver spoon delivery. New line from our branch there up to that end. That's beautiful. We'll colour it. Actually, if we colour it grey, it's going to be hard to see, but let's just not get it wrong and then we won't need to see it. Wait until full, bit risky. We can start with only a handful of horse and carts though, can't we? There we go. Topo spoon delivery. We'll get the trucks on once we're done. I'm going to go for our other stuff delivered out the way so we don't get involved with this circle over here. We can head up that way and on the opposite side of our tram line and then possibly scoot up that way and maybe come down. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm overthinking this way too much. Although I sort of like this situation we've got. They're building up far too quick, aren't they? Yeah, goodness me. In a good way. Let's pause it then, because the next thing we do after I've set this up is we set up the actual vehicles on the line. So if we have that running there, are we going to be able to squeeze a stopping? Buildings. It's going to be a little tight, isn't it? Oh no, we can. Look at that. Shorter platforms, sure. So I don't think we'll fit many actual, storage buildings on there. Maybe on either end. It doesn't matter though, does it? It should be okay. Cargo. Can we fit you on the end? Oh, we can. Look at that. Let's stick those there and there. Can these little ones squeeze in? I don't think so. Oh, there. We can on that side. Surprisingly. Oh, well, there you go. Might just be able to split these and use the alternative platform method so that they queue up on different sides. But we'll see once we set this one up. A new line. Go from the transfer this time rather than the branch. Could you head up there? And interesting route. It's certainly okay. We don't get involved with any other stops at all, do we? Except up here. We do up there. So we could always have it the other side, of course. That will send it out the other way, perhaps. So we'll see what that looks like. But I want to set this up to wait until full before we do that. There we go. Topo alcohol delivery with a wait until full. Let's see what on the other side looks like. We're going to get rid of that. Then we're going to rebuild your stop. Stick you on the other side. How's that looking? Is that looking a little more... Ah, that's beautiful. Yeah, we share the road here. Mainly with just the... just a bit of the silver line. And then we run pretty much solo for a good portion. I love that. It keeps the traffic minimal in most places. We could, of course, head round the back as well. That would have been another option. But I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. We need to rebuild us a depot for our road vehicles. But we can stick that perhaps over here. Just there. Maybe up there. Where do you want to go? I want a bit of scenery alongside our train tracks here. So we're going to stick you just there. And a little bit of official episode just to tidy all up. Lovely. Our train's about to head past as well. Right, should we get the rest of our vehicles up and running? And we'll do it in reverse order so that everything is activated by the time we get back all the way to the start of the chain there. So we're going to need some horse and carts. 4 on each. I think that will do just to start with, just to trigger demand all the way down the line. So buy vehicles. We've only got the choice of horse and cart. That's it. Horse-drawn carriage. 4 of you. And we'll colour you. Which one are you going on? I don't know why we've got alcohol as red. It's supposed to be this, isn't it? Yeah, I'll change the colour of the line. Get you on alcohol. That came out wrong. Alcohol delivery. Colour you alcohol colour. There we go. And then at a glance, we know what we're working with. More vehicles. Another 4. Can only colour them after you've purchased them for whatever reason. And we'll colour you silver spoon colour. I think that's pretty much what colour they are anyway. Oh, did we colour the horses? Surely not. Surely we're not dyeing horses. That'd be awful. And we'll get you on Topo spoon delivery. And then we need to get as a train ready for delivering silver spoons. Buy vehicles. We are going... Yeah, we're going to stick with the Baldwin Class 56. And get you on there. And cargo. What do we need for silver spoons? Boxcars, of course. We'll just go until it says mediocre. There we go. Nice and easy. And we'll stick you on silver freight, spoon freight. Those naming conventions. I have none. It's random, I think. But I don't mind. Right, buy vehicles in here. We'll get this one activated. Steam. Baldwin. Class 56. Cargo. What are we taking? Silver. So that's our gondola. 1, 2, 3. Blah, blah, blah. Mediocre. There we go. Get you on silver freight. I hope I've done all this right. And before we do the cacti, buy vehicle, Baldwin, cargo. Ooh, yeah. What are we taking? Alcohol, right? Boxcars. Get you on there. It takes 42. Shouldn't take too long to fill these. And this is alcohol freight. And then our final one. And when we can hit play, as everything should start whirring like a well-oiled machine shortly, unless I forgot something. And then it's all just going to come crashing down. Oh dear. Baldwin on you. Cargo. What are we taking here? Cacti, right? Oh yes, this is a boxcar again. I mean, we could have had the train continue through. That is an option we can think about as well. Mediocre. Purchase you. Get you on your cacti freight. Right, let's hit play and see if that all starts working. It should do. Yeah, there we go. Already shipping 50. And let's just check up at our silver mine. Yeah, it's already shipping. And make sure our silver spoons have orders. Or they won't yet, will they, until they start producing consumers yet. Not just yet. But they are going to take their goodies. And our trucks are going to be waiting down here, our horse and carts. Indeed, we have not painted our horses. In fact, I have no idea what we've painted there. Is it the wheels or is it the stripe? No, there's a stripe on the side. Look at that. Oh, that's marvellous, in fact. Yeah, just a little hint of colour. We know that's the alcohol. I was going to say train. It's not what it is. And that is our silver spoons. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's going to take a little while for our trains to fill up, no doubt. You're going to be waiting patiently. We could go a little more than mediocre, but given that it's a task-driven campaign, we should just go with a pleasant amount of wagons. There we go. We are filling up with our silver. There's so much variety in the campaign, isn't there? Which is pretty much a one-time deal as well. A little bit of official episode while we wait. Perhaps we'll get on board our silver delivery. It's sort of a little boring though, isn't it? There's not much going on. Well, we might be able to, see all the other shenanigans going on. How's Cacti Train? You are filling up fairly rapidly as well. Perhaps we just fast forward. A little concerned we'll come up with another bonus task, although it's not too terrible if it happens during the cab ride. What we can do is sit over at the silver, but have our other train selected there. That's going to be taking our cacti all the way down to be turned into delicious alcohol. No, it's not delicious alcohol, is it? It's a medical grade. So don't be drinking that. You are filling up. We'll have these like side by side or something. There's a little bit of a race, isn't it? In fact, our silver's going to fill first by the looks of things. By quite a margin. So yes, we can get on board. It might be worth getting on board the little run into town, perhaps. Or we can just ride into town and hop across at the station. Why not? We should start to get a little bit of demand from these guys, though, once we drop off our goodies. Now, these are pleasant, aren't they? I love them. I absolutely love them. You don't see these again. Distilleries. I can hear a train. I can tell who's leaving. Silver Freight, indeed. Silver Freight is underway. Cactus Freight is not going to be far behind. We're on board our Silver Freight because I want to swap trains once we get to the Silver Spoons. And it's kind of pleasant. This one's dug down a little bit in a little bit of a trench, isn't it? And we'll probably have a there and back on our spoon delivery, as it's a nice short one, but we might see our alcohol on the way to town as well. And then when we start up next time, I'm going to save it, by the way, when we change trains, because it's going to take him a while to fill up, and we haven't checked whether it's actually 1 for 1. I'm going to assume it is, but we'll double check. Yeah, so I'm going to get off. We'll check the stuff, make sure everything's aligned, and then we'll have our actual outro. But realsies. So far, so good. There we go. Hello, friend. Oh, I could horn, couldn't I? A whistle. There we go. Beautiful. Right, let's quickly get off. I'm going to pause it just there. Is this... yes, it's one silver nugget for... Oh, you stopping at different places, are you? That's interesting. Why's that? You're identical in length, aren't you? Don't dwell on it, Grand. But yeah, this is the guy we're going to get on board. Let him fill up a bit because it's going to take a little bit of time to produce this. But before we do leave, we absolutely want to make sure, which they are, that they're starting to ask for their goodies. And the same should be happening here, not there. Here, once our alcohol freight gets in here. Not alcohol, this is the cacti. But as soon as he's dropped off, it should trigger demand. There goes our silver train on the way back. And plenty of silver waiting for him. So this should be a shuttle backwards and forwards. What I'd like to do next time out is align all of our line rates. Once we've got the whole chain working. There we go. We've got our logs continually running. Feel like the logs is a little bit of a longer train. We could maybe go a bit longer on these if we wanted as well. How much do we have? This is going to take a while, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Perhaps we can get on this train. It's going to just take just as long, Gran. I just want to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Consumers. I can see it. We are ordering medical grade alcohol. Beautiful. And we are loading our silver spoons slowly but surely. Perhaps we'll ride our log train back and then we'll be able to... We'll sit on the other side and we'll be able to see whether this train leaves before the end of the episode. I want to have a go on this bridge though. Definitely. We'll have a go on that bridge at some point. But, guys, our delivery should start happening at the beginning of the next episode. So that'll be cool because I'm going to leave this running a little bit while I'm preparing for the outro. It's lovely to see, isn't it? We're going to drop off these. It's nearly 1886. We're in December already. I don't know when we actually started. Was it? It must have been January. Whether it's January of 1885. All right, there we go. We're going to drop that off. I'm going to let him turn around. And we are saved and we are off on our logging train. We're empty, running back to our forest. Question is, are we going to see our silver spoon train on the way to the station? Before we pass it, sort of. But before it gets out of sight anyway. We're definitely not going to see the alcohol train. I enjoyed that one again. Hopefully some more bonuses to do. Well, we're going to get 2 more, aren't we? There are 3 per chapter. And not chapter, mission, aren't they? They're called missions. Yeah, so 3 per mission. We'll see what's next once we've delivered. It's going to be spoons more than likely first, isn't it? Because we're taking more than the requirement of both. But silver's ahead of the game. Now there's your answer, guys. He's not pulling away yet. Or is he? I can't tell. What a rubbish competition that is, if it was one. That'd be terrible. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. More to do around Topolo Bampo. It's right written down. I cheated. It's written right below. It's where we're heading. Topolo Bampo East. So yes, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.